Hi team, we wanted to take you through the beginning diagnostics of how to feel what's called intra-abdominal pressure. And this is a breathing strategy to pressurize your midsection, which is the most effective way to stabilize your spine and create core stability. So we want to first do a little diagnostic to find out where you're expanding into with your inhale, to get a felt sense of that, and to also get a check-in on, are there any spots that aren't expanding well? And then we'll teach you how to work on those. So you're going to start lying on your back with your knees bent and your feet flat. You're going to take two fingers, I feel like a flight attendant, find your belly button, and then move south from there until you feel your pubic symphysis, which is like that bony bit right in the bottom of your Speedo. And then move up from there slightly so that you're on soft tissue, not on bone. And give yourself a gentle amount of downward pressure. From here, I want you to breathe in and feel that you can expand up into your fingers. And then on the exhale, just let it naturally relax. And do that a couple times. Breathe in to expand and exhale. Now, this might feel like I'm asking you to do a thing that is impossible. If that is true, this is an area that you need to give a little more practice to. That act of giving yourself a self-tactile can really help. Human touch helps us find the parts of us that we cannot find. If you were doing this for homework, I'd want you to do at least 5 breaths before you move on to the next spot. For sake of time right now, we're going to move on. Next spot, find your ASIS bones. Big pointy bones at the front of your pelvis on either side. Move slightly south and inward from there until again you're on soft tissue. And then here, breathe in to expand. And exhale, just let it go. This one's often a trickier one for folks. I definitely couldn't feel this one at all when I first started. I was like, expand where? So just do your best, right? Asking is the first step. Anytime we run into something that we can't physically do. Okay, and you do 5 there. And then the next one is our sides. So we want to make sure we're below the ribs and above the pelvis, and that might be a different amount of space depending on the way that your skeleton is structured. So just make sure you're in that zone, and then breathe in and feel like you're trying to expand east-west, pushing your fingertips apart from each other, and then on the exhale, relaxing that. Breathing in to expand side to side, and then relaxing. Nice. And you do 5 there. The last one is a little trickier to give yourself a cue with your fingers. So if you have a belt, a yoga strap, or any kind of resistance band, that can come in handy here. You're gonna wrap that around your waist such that it's, again, between your ribs and your pelvis. So it's gonna go around your back, and we just wanna make sure we're on soft tissue stuff there. A belt or a yoga strap works a little bit better because it's gonna give you a little more feedback than a stretchy band. And then you're just gonna gently pull upwards so that you feel that band giving you a little bit of pressure inwards to the soft tissue of your back. And then from here, you're gonna breathe in to try to expand and fill in that belt, or push that belt out of your flesh. This is another one that can be pretty hard to access at first for folks if they aren't used to thinking about 360 expansion on breathing. So just do your best and spend 5 breath cycles there. Okay, now, again, if any of these single spots was really hard to feel, that's one that you want to spend some time on, just individually working on that one. Once you've got a decent sense of all of them, you're going to progress to working on what we call a 360 expansion, meaning you're expanding into all of those points that we just explored at the same time. So you can take your belt or your strap and cross it over your belly and pull it, gently taut so that it gives you some feedback. And then work on breathing in, expanding 360. So front, side, down, up, and back. That's one option. You can also use your hands to encourage the spots that feel a little struggle bus for you. If you don't have the belt or the strap, just kind of getting as much contact on your whole waist as you can. You can also imagine just wearing a corset and like expanding and trying to stretch that corset in all directions. So once all of those areas and that 360 expansion idea feels like it's not taking too much brain power, the next thing to layer on is that you can inhale to expand 360, exhale to maintain that expansion, okay? And then that is gonna give us the scaffolding to layer our abdominal brace concept on top of, where we can maintain that pressure, stiffen our muscles around it, and continue to breathe. And if that sounds like a lot in the beginning, it totally is. So that's why we want to build you up step by step. So let's put all those pieces together. Will's going to take an inhale to expand 360. He's going to maintain that expansion on the exhale. And then as he feels that he's able to breathe and maintain expansion, he can start layering in a little bit of stiffening of the muscles around. And my favorite cue for this one is to imagine that you're getting ready for your toddler nephew to walk across your belly. So you want to fill with some air, but you also want some stiffness, and you want to be able to breathe and communicate as you're moving through. So hold that for as many breath cycles as it feels reasonable. 3 to 5 is good, and then just let it go. And again, really give yourself like so much leeway as you're first starting to learn this. If you've had other forms of abdominal training, if you've never thought about your breathing strategy before, this is going to take a little while. So that's why we wanted to give it to you in layers. Really spend as much time with each layer as you need to before trying to put all the pieces together. All right, friends, happy bracing, and we look forward to how this will help improve all of your cars and kid stretch practice.